In the next few days, the church will enter into the season of Lent. And if you're new to the Anglican Church, or it's your first time through Lent, or maybe you just come from a tradition that really didn't observe it, you may have questions like, why do we do Lent? What's the point? What am I supposed to do? And why is it that every fast food restaurant in town seems to have fish sandwiches suddenly? There's a reason for that. Lent is the season of the church's year that extends from 40 days prior to Easter, excluding Sundays, as a special time of preparation and of self-examination in the life of the church. It imitates the 40 days that Jesus spent in the wilderness prior to beginning his public ministry. You may recall that he spent the 40 days in the wilderness, fasting, praying, until he was tempted by Satan near the end of that time, and then he enters into his public ministry. And so for us, it's a way of entering into that same experience with a special focus on the passion, death, and resurrection of Christ that we'll celebrate during Holy Week and Easter. And so during this time, the church focuses on three primary disciplines: prayer, almsgiving, and fasting. And these are simply disciplines we take on as a means of entering into that experience with Christ and doing these things in honor and in love for and in appreciation of Him. It's not in any way to earn His love or earn His grace. We can't do that. It's simply in response to it. And so during this time, we focus on two fasts, two absolute fasts, Good Friday and Ash Wednesday. And during this time, we take in only water. And then on each Friday during Lent, we abstain from meat. Hence why so many restaurants suddenly have fish sandwiches. But all of this is in order to enter more fully into and appreciate greatly what our Lord has done for us. It should be a time of us really taking inventory and examining our spiritual lives, seeing where we need to shore up the edges, seeing where we need to make improvements. It's not intended to be a guilt trip. It's intended to be a time of really saying, okay, where do I need to bring my life more fully into congruence with my faith? And so Lent's disciplines are designed to help us do those things. So my encouragement would be to talk to your priest about ways you can observe Lent personally, ways you can enter into the times of fasting and worship. And I pray that your Lent will be very beneficial to you this year as we approach Holy Week and Easter.